Welcome back to the Leading Yourself podcast. I'm so excited that you're back for week 2 of the Design Your Year challenge. Whether you've been following from the start or you're just jumping in, you're in the perfect place to take charge of your 2025 journey. If you missed last week's episode, don't worry, you can catch up anytime. We explored last week how to create intentional space for new opportunities in the year ahead. And this week, today, we're building on that foundation by diving into self-reflection and personal assessment, essential steps to design a purposeful and fulfilling year. And to make this process even smoother for you, I've created a free Notion template for the challenge that is packed with prompts, resources, and helpful links to guide you through the entire challenge. You can find the link on the show notes of this podcast episode, so be sure to grab it so you can follow along and do the work as we go through it here on the podcast. Now, let's dive into today's episode. Welcome to the Leading Yourself podcast. This is your host, Carolina de Arriba. I'm an HR professional, health and fitness coach, wife, mom, and above all things, a goal-getter. In this podcast, we're going to be digging into all things leadership, professional and career development, habits, and relationships. This is a podcast for those who want to become the best version of themselves. Those who have big dreams and are willing to embrace the journey and put in the work to achieve them. My goal is to share with you the tools, tips, and tricks to help you in your journey. So let's dig into today's episode. Let's talk about why self-reflection is so important. I think it's the perfect place to start our episode this week. I want you to think about it like this. It's like using a GPS for your life. To reach any destination, you typically need 3 things, just 3 things. Your current location, your desired destination, in other words, your goal, and the route to get there. And there's where a lot of us make a common mistake. We get so excited about setting goals and chasing dreams that we skip the very first step, which is figuring out where we're starting from. I've made that mistake myself many times. I remember one year I jumped into setting ambitious goals without pausing to reflect. Sure, I hit some milestones, but something felt off. The success didn't bring me fulfillment, at least not the fulfillment that I expected. And that was because I didn't take the time to understand why those goals matter to me and how they fit into my bigger picture. That's when I realized that reflection is the foundation for intentional planning. Let me repeat that. Reflection is the foundation of intentional planning. It's how we align our actions with our values and our priorities. Now, to help us reflect effectively, we're going to be using a powerful tool that is called the Wheel of Life. If you are a listener of the podcast and you've been following along for some time, I bring the Wheel of Life at least once, if not twice a year into the podcast. Now, let me tell you, this isn't just another worksheet. It's really a game changer. It's going to help you evaluate all the areas of your life, from what's thriving to what needs more attention. And don't worry, this isn't about perfection. It's about creating balance and identifying where to focus your energy in 2025. I want you to think about the Wheel of Life as a wheel. It's round and it's split in 8 pieces. It has 8 key areas. You will find the template of this Wheel of Life in that Notion template that I referenced to in the introduction of the podcast, and that you can find a link to in the show notes of the podcast episode. You'll find the template and you'll be able to do your own exercise and evaluate your own Wheel of Life. So as I was saying, it has 8 key areas. These are the 8 areas that I use with my Wheel of Life: health, intimate relationships, family and friends, fun and recreation, spirituality, career, finances, and growth. Now, feel free to adjust these categories if they don't quite fit your life. The goal is to make this tool work for you. So there's flexibility if you want to change the header of any of those areas. But these are the ones that I currently use, and I feel it covers most, if not all, areas of our life. So that can give us a balanced approach on how we assess ourselves in our current position. Now, here's how it goes. You're going to rate your level of fulfillment with each of these areas in a scale from 1 to 10. Now, I want to reinforce that the unit of measurement is fulfillment, not success. I made the mistake of asking myself the question, how successful I am in these areas? And that is not the intent of the exercise. The intent of the exercise is how fulfilled you feel in all of these areas. Think about it. How satisfied are you in your life in each of these areas? And you're going to rate yourself in a scale from 1 to 10. Let me explain what these numbers mean. So 1 to 3 is the suffering area. This means that this particular area of your wheel needs urgent attention and might be a source of stress. If you ranked between 4 and 6, that means you're surviving. You're getting by, but it's not fulfilling or energizing to you. And 7 to 10, it's you're thriving. This area is strong, but there's always room to grow. I have to admit, I've never rated myself 10 any area because I personally believe there's always a next level. There's always more in life. There's always more fulfillment that we can experience. So I've never rated myself with a 10. And I think the first thing that we need to keep in mind when doing this exercise, in order for this exercise to really work and help you build an intentional 2025, is that you need to be viciously honest with yourself. No one has to see the results of your assessment. This is just for you. And I know that feeling of not wanting to rate something too low if you are competitive in nature like me. For me, ranking something 1 to 3 is means that I'm failing. That's not what it means, right? We need to leave the judgment aside when we're doing this exercise. It really needs to be a realistic picture of your level of fulfillment in every area of your life. That's the only way that this exercise is really going to work. So I need you to leave the judgment to aside and be viciously honest with yourself. Now, to do this exercise, and I'm going to walk you all of the 8 areas of that wheel of life, but before you even start the exercise, some very basics on how to do this exercise. First of all, I would encourage you to find a quiet space free of distractions where you can spend, 15 minutes in doing this exercise. Maybe make yourself a coffee or a tea or your beverage of choice. Put some background music. Be by yourself in a place that is free of distractions so you can really concentrate in doing this exercise. And again, leaving judgment out of the door and bringing with you that viciously honest view of your life. Again, this is not a judgment or a criticism. It's about getting a clear picture of where you are right now. So then you can start planning to where you want to go. Now let's dive into the 8 dimensions of this wheel of life and explore how each plays a vital role in our overall well-being and our overall life in fulfillment. The first one is health. Your health, in my opinion, is a cornerstone of everything else in life. It fuels your energy, your focus, your resilience. So I want you to ask yourself, do you wake up feeling rested and ready to tackle the day? Or are you fatigued and stressed constantly? Are you prioritizing regular exercise, nourishing your body with balanced nutrition, and getting enough restorative sleep? Reflect on how well you're managing stress. Are you creating moments of peace in the middle of all the chaos that life brings? Be honest in your evaluation. A score 1 to 3 might signal that your health is a major challenge requiring immediate action. 4 to 6 indicates that you're maintaining but could do more. And then 7 to 10 shows that you've built a strong habits to support your well-being and your health. Remember, small, consistent changes like adding 20 minutes of walk to your day can create a ripple effect of positive momentum. We're going to get to that next week, but for now, being brutally honest, where would you rate yourself? Again, 1 to 3 might signal that your health is a major challenge. Maybe you're going through some health challenges itself, or you just have really bad habits right now around your health. 4 to 6 indicates that you're maintaining your health, but you're lacking maybe some of those habits that help you take it to the next level. 7 to 10 shows that you've built a strong foundation. Maybe you have strong habits to support your health and your well-being. And remember, be brutally honest. And this is not about judging where you are, it's about assessing where you are realistically. So then we can build on from here. Okay, the second area of this wheel of life is intimate relationships. Whether you're in a relationship or you're single, this area centers on your emotional connection with a partner or your openness to building a relationship. If you are in a relationship, reflect on the quality of that relationship. Is there mutual support and love and honest communication? Does your connection energize you or leave you drained? For those who are single, consider your readiness for a meaningful relationship. Are you creating opportunities to meet others and staying open to connection? Thriving relationships aren't about grand gestures, but rather small, consistent acts of care, like sharing gratitude or dedicating time for meaningful moments or simply being present. A score 1 to 3 suggests disconnection or significant challenges. 4 to 6 is going to indicate that there's a stability, but room for growth. And 7 to 10 will reflect a thriving, fulfilling relationship or the readiness to foster one. Where do you see yourself? Again, being brutally honest, where are you? What is your emotional connection to your relationship? Number 3 is family and friends. Your social network forms the foundation of your support system. So ask yourself, are you investing time in these relationships, or you have some connection that has fallen by the wayside? Are your interactions with family and friends reciprocal? Or do you feel like you're giving more than what you're receiving, or vice versa? Relationships don't thrive by accident. They need intentional effort and nurturing. So consider this. Have you reached out to a loved one recently? Shared a simple text or made time for a quick coffee catch-up? These small actions can have a big impact. So being brutally honest, how would you score yourself 1 to 10? 1 to 3 might indicate strained or neglected relationships. 4 to 6 might suggest that you're maintaining connections, but maybe you're not fully engaged. And 7 to 10 reflects meaningful, mutually supportive relationships. Let's move on to area number 4, which is fun and recreation. I love this one. Fun might seem like a luxury, but it's actually a necessity for a well-balanced life. So ask yourself, how often do you laugh, play, or lose yourself in something you genuinely enjoy? When was the last time you tried something new, just for the joy of doing it? Fun and recreation replenish your emotional reserves and can boost your creativity. If this area feels neglected, we can start small, picking up a hobby that you've always been curious about, or plan a spontaneous adventure, or set time aside to simply relax and have fun. We'll talk about all the things you can do if this area feels neglected in a future episode. But for now, being brutally honest again and leaving the judgment off the side, how would you score yourself when it comes to fun and recreation? A score of 1 to 3 means fun is missing from your life and likely affecting your happiness. 4 to 6 indicates occasional moments of joy, but not enough consistency. And then 7 to 10 will show that you're regularly engaging in activities that bring you joy and energy and delight. Where are you? Okay, let's move on to the fifth area of this wheel of life, which is spirituality. Spirituality isn't necessarily about religion. It's more about your sense of connection with something greater than yourself and how aligned your actions are with your core values. So I want to invite you to reflect on your spiritual practices. Ask yourself, are you engaging in activities that nurture your inner peace, like meditation or prayer or spending time in nature? Do you have a clear sense of purpose guiding your daily life? Again, being brutally honest, how would you scale yourself from 1 to 10? A score of 1 to 3 might indicate a disconnection from your spiritual center. A score 4 to 6 will suggest occasional but inconsistent engagement, and 7 to 10 will reflect a strong and fulfilling spiritual practice that adds meaning to your life. Where are you in this spiritual section of the wheel of life? Now, moving on to section number 6, which is career. Your career is more than just a paycheck. It's a reflection of your purpose and a source of personal growth. So ask yourself, does your work energize and inspire you? Or does it leave you feeling drained and unfulfilled? Are you learning and growing in ways that excite you, or you feel stuck in a rut? Consider how aligned your career is with your long-term goals and values. And being brutally honest, score yourself from 1 to 10. If you score yourself between 1 and 3, that will indicate significant dissatisfaction or stagnation. You feel stuck. 4 to 6 will reflect a stability, but maybe a lack of excitement. And then 7 to 10 will show that you're thriving professionally, you're feeling motivating, and you continue to grow in your career. Moving on to the 7th area of this wheel of life, which is our finances. Your finances and your financial health influences many aspects of your life, from your stress levels to your ability to plan for the future. So it's important to reflect on your current financial situation. Do you feel confident managing your money? Are you actively working towards your financial goals, like saving for retirement or paying out debt? Think about your overall relationship with money. Are you in control, or does it feel like money controls you? And again, being brutally honest, rank yourself from 1 to 10. If you are in the 1 to 3 area, that signals financial stress and a lack of stability. 4 to 6 will indicate basic functionality, but room for better habits. And then 7 to 10 reflects that your confidence in your finance and progress towards your long-term goals. So where are you, 1 to 10, in your finances? The last area of this wheel of life is growth, one of my favorite ones. Personal growth is all about your commitment to learning, evolving, and stepping out of your comfort zone. So ask yourself, when was the last time you intentionally sought out a challenge or learned something new? Are you actively pursuing opportunities to grow as a person, whether through reading, taking courses, exploring new experiences, listening to podcasts like this one? Growth doesn't have to be a big or dramatic thing. Even small, consistent steps can lead to profound transformation over time. So being brutally honest, score yourself from 1 to 10. If your score is 1 to 3, that suggests minimal engagement with personal development, which, if you're listening to this podcast, I doubt you are in this rank. 4 to 6 indicates sporadic efforts on your personal development, and 7 to 10 reflects strong ongoing commitment to your own personal growth. So where are you? Being brutally honest, leaving judgment to a side, where are you in a scale 1 to 10? Once you go through all the 8 areas and you evaluate yourself in each of these areas, and again, download that template to follow along and be able to score yourself. But once you're done with that, I want you to take a moment to truly reflect on your completed wheel of life. Notice the peaks and valleys. Where are you thriving and where might some attention be needed? Remember, the goal isn't to achieve perfect balance across every area. Life isn't static, and neither are your priorities. The purpose of the exercise is to building awareness of where are you right now and to help you identify areas for meaningful growth. Progress doesn't happen overnight. It's a result of small intentional steps that are taken consistently over time. So consider this assessment your personal snapshot or that foundation from which to create an intentional and positive change as you step into 2025. In the next episode, next week, we're going to take all of these insights and channel them into inspiring vision boards. Yes, you're going to be building your own vision board for 2025. A vision board will serve as a powerful visual tool, helping you to focus on your aspirations and to stay motivated throughout the year. I can't wait to guide you through the creative process of turning your goals into a vivid daily reminder of the future that you're building. Thank you so much for joining me this week, week 2 of the Design Your Year Challenge. Don't forget to download the Notion template that is linked in the show notes of this podcast episode to complete your personal assessment. And if you found value in today's episode, please share it with a friend or a loved one who could benefit from this transformative process. Or maybe you can do this exercise with them. Together, we're designing not just a year, but a life that feels meaningful, intentional, and fulfilling. I can't wait to see you next week for part 3 of this challenge. Until then, have a great week. Okay, my friend, that's all I've got for you today. But before you go, 2 quick reminders. Number 1, if we're not already friends on Instagram, let's get connected. You can find me as Leading Yourself Podcast. Number 2, make sure you're subscribed to the podcast so you never miss an episode. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am incredibly grateful that you're in this journey with me. I want to leave you with one last thought. I want to remind you that you're destined for more and that every step that you take brings you closer to becoming that best version of yourself. Embrace each day as a chance to learn, grow, and chase your dreams. The world needs you to shine brightly, so go out and shop fully and authentically. Take care, and I'll see you next time.